Hi, I'm Sally Thibault. And in this video today, we're going to be tapping on how worthy you feel about having money. Now, there's been a recurring theme that's come up for many of my clients over the past couple of weeks, and we're tapping around money and abundance issues. And that issue is related to our worthiness based on our religious upbringing. Now, this can happen two ways. One, can put a block to you making money because you don't feel worthy, or you may have grown up in a religion that just didn't honor people of wealth or had something to say about them. And the other side is that you make money but you get rid of it just as fast. You don't feel worthy of having it, and feels much better to your belief system to get rid of it or give it away or whatever it is. It feels better. So you may have a number of experiences in your life where you've had money and lost it, when you've made it and given away, or, like as many people, you just don't feel comfortable making it at all. So we're going to measure today on what religious overtones in your life and how that's impacted on whether you feel worthy and comfortable with money. Now, this particular tapping may take a number of goes, a number of tapping, because you've got to kind of find all those times. For many of us growing up in religious families and perhaps going to a religious school, those early years, your imprint years, were very vulnerable to what we were told about that higher power and what their aspect and what their beliefs about money and whether we were worthy of having it. So if you've got some blocks in your life around money, so instead of looking just at your upbringing, but look at your religion and how powerful that was for you at those very early imprint years. Now, you might want to write down a whole heap of things that you were told about money when you were a child, especially when it comes to religion. But we're going to tap today on not feeling worthy. That's what we're going to stick at. But as we've said over and over in all these tapping videos, you've got to get to the specifics. Now, for me, for instance, I remember, Sunday Mass and having the hat on and the gloves, and I just loved it all. In my most imprint years, I was just loved the whole, pomp and ceremony. And so I was very open to susceptibility. And now when I'm doing more and more work in this area, I recognize that how much I just took on board. So for you, see if you can find specific times in your life, specific things that you were said, specific teachers or a priest or a pastor or whatever they said around it. What is your feelings of worthiness around money, in particular related to your religious upbringing? So you might want to jot it down. How worthy do I feel? Was there a time in my life where it was considered wrong to have money or not being spiritual to have money? Just tap around all of that. But as I said, today we're going to stick to worthiness. All right, here we go. Even though for much of my childhood, I didn't believe I was worthy of having money, I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Even though I recognize in those early imprint years how swayed I was in my religious beliefs around money, I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Even though I now realize as an adult that some of the stories I was told around money had me believing I wasn't worthy. And I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Tapping. I didn't feel worthy of having money. I wasn't worthy. I can see all those stories. Those stories I was told. In my religious upbringing, I didn't feel worthy of having money. In fact, oftentimes not having money was better. This worthiness I feel, not feeling worthy to have money. This early religious belief in my vulnerable imprint years This belief that I wasn't worthy. This belief that it was wrong to have a lot of money. My worthiness. My beliefs around my worth and having money. I remember so many stories not feeling worthy to have money. Take a deep breath and let it go. Now, while we were tapping, you might have been remembering things as they come up, stories, times. I know for me, I just love the pomp and circumstances. I always so wanted to be part of us and buy it. But recognizing now it's very, very powerful imprint, rightly or wrongly, whether that was the story, whether that was what it was trying to tell me, that's what I took on board. And remember, with tapping, that's what we do. No right or wrong. It's how you felt and what you believed. So now I'm going to assume you've tapped on numerous stories, because we don't move through to this reframe round until you've cleared all of those stories and your emotional connection to them. And want you to be able to look at it and go, you know what? Where the heck did that come from? Okay, so now we'll do a reframe round for later on. Even though I realise now how much I was influenced to believe that I wasn't worthy of having money. I choose to change that right now. Even though there was a part of me that felt I wasn't worthy of having money. I choose to believe otherwise. I am worthy of having money. Even though there was a part of me that believed that story, I choose to change it right now and know I am worthy of attracting money into my life. Okay, tapping. I choose to attract money in my life because I'm worthy of it. I'm worthy of having money in my life. I'm worthy of having money in my life. This belief that I wasn't worthy was just a story. I choose to change that story. I choose to allow money to flow easily into my life. I choose to release that belief that was holding me back. That story is no longer mine. I choose to re-imprint a new story. I forgive myself for holding myself back based on that old story. And I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that now flow into my life. I forgive myself for not seeing them in the past. I choose to allow money to flow easily into my life. I choose to be a good steward of money as it flows into my life. I am worthy of having money in my life. Take a deep breath and let it go. Okay, hands on hips now. I want you to feel what that feels like, to feel worthy of having money in your life. Does it feel like to feel worthy of it? To feel you're ready to let go of that old story. Feel what it feels like to recreate a new story. Just that feel that emotion of just feeling really comfortable and worthy of attracting money in your life. What does it feel like in your body? Take a deep breath and let it go. Okay, as I said before, this may take a number of tapping sessions, but try and remember all those incidences in your life that resulted in this feeling of not feeling worthy for money. There'll be a few. Let me know how you go. I'll talk soon. Bye for now.